Welcome to this presentation on Rhetoric of Place, Pedagogy of Sustainability in the Technical Writing class. My name is Lillian Mina. I'm a doctoral candidate at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. This presentation introduces a four-stage writing model for technical writing classes for engineering students that is grounded in their critical pedagogy and ecological literacy. The model relates the community of students in the technical writing class to the larger community outside classroom, making the technical writing class an intersection point of writing, rhetoric, sustainability, and civic engagement. My presentation is divided into the following sections: engineering projects and the environment, theoretical framework including critical pedagogy of place, ecological literacy pedagogy, conservation sustainability writing, and the last section will be on sustainability writing model. There is a pressing need to raise engineering students' awareness of environmental issues related to their fields. Engineering students do not often get the opportunity to learn about the environment in their courses because of the tendency to focus on specialization in today's universities. Buildings consume about 40% of the world's energy. This alarming percentage raises a question about the role architecture and civil engineering can play in either destroying or sustaining their environment, depending on the design, materials, and technologies they use in getting those buildings to existence. Other branches of engineering that are held guilty of damaging the environment are power and petroleum engineering, that are responsible for polluting both air and water through the emission of toxic gases and release of contaminating materials in the air and rivers. Construction projects are held responsible for many ecological complications as well. The reported damages to the ecological systems resulting from engineering works make it crucial that engineering students learn about the negative effects of their future jobs on the environment and what they can do about those effects. A feasible approach to teach engineering students about ecology comes from Ging, Mitchell, and Zhu's work, in which they suggested combining facts and problems from the local community with the students' academic studies. For this reason, technical writing classes can be the right place where students learn about the other perspectives of their profession through reading about and researching the effects of their jobs on the ecology of their communities and workplace. The theoretical framework for this proposed model comes from different theories in a variety of disciplines. I start with the critical pedagogy of place as the mergence between critical pedagogy as established by Ferreira and place-based education. Critical pedagogy finds its origins in Paulo Ferreira's work done originally in the rural areas of Brazil. Grunwald added spatial aspects to the social experiences of humans in the critical pedagogy. The significance of adding place to the critical pedagogy is that education should have an impact on the place and ecology in which this education occurs. Powers called educators to embrace a more ecological approach in their practices of critical pedagogy. Critical theorists have argued that students under critical pedagogy should become transformative intellectuals and cultural workers. Similar to critical pedagogy, place-based education calls for learners' awareness of and openness to their social contexts. Both pedagogies attempt to make the best use of students' personal and social experiences. However, they differ in how much praxis they both advocate. While critical pedagogy calls for fighting and challenging the social context and powers, place-based education calls for engagement without much action. This is a potential marriage between the two is possible. The second theoretical building block for this model is ecological literacy pedagogy. The goal of ecological literacy pedagogy, according to Dublin and Weiser, is to make students more critically aware of environmental issues and the importance of place. The advantage of ecological literacy pedagogy is that not only do students read and research about ecological systems and relations, but they also build a sense of how to apply those relations in their lives. The focus shouldn't be mainly on natural places. On the contrary, more focus should be given to all types of places that matters to students and their relations, such as their local communities, campuses, and workplaces. The last theory is conservation sustainability writing. Johnson, Sheehan, and Morgan define conservation writing, or what I extend to be sustainability writing, as an umbrella term for a range of writing about ecology, biology, the outdoors, and environmental policies and ethics. They believe sustainability writing should combine nature and science writing in a unique way in order to target both professional and public audiences. In presenting the model, I will introduce an overview of the model, its objectives, and stages. Owens defines sustainability as an intergenerational concept that means adjusting our current behavior so that it causes the least amount of harm to future generations. This definition implies that any sustainability curriculum should be futuristic instead of being merely present or past-oriented, which means it should pay more attention to solutions than mere narratives of the problems. According to Hale, the older role of universities was to prepare students to live and work in their future world. This role has to change to preparing students to change their world as they continue to live and work in it. A curriculum on sustainability requires many disciplines and fields integrated within it. For this reason, English classes, and particularly composition ones, present themselves as a suitable platform for such curriculum. The objectives of the model: to write in different genres. Each stage ends with a document in a different genre. To develop awareness and understanding of social concepts related to engineering projects and practices. To practice those social concepts through participating in multidisciplinary teams. To use the developed concepts and understandings in enhancing the sustainability of the whole community. Stages of the model. Stage 1. Students in this stage are asked to think and write about their future job-related ecological problems, which makes researching and writing very significant to students because it is directly related to themselves, their places, and their future jobs. At the end of this stage, each student writes a memo with their discussion findings to their instructor. Second stage. In groups, students research their specific job-related environmental problems, such as mechanical engineering, and write a group analytical report on the most hazardous ones. Stage 3. Students think and research possible solutions to one or more of the problems and write a proposal with the solutions to a specific target audience, for example, prospective directors, community members, fellow engineers, or environment authorities. In the last stage, students design a website or a web page that presents the problem and the recommendations to solve it. This website is students reach out to more local and global community members. Students write an analytical argumentative report analyzing the design and information presented on the website and explaining how they think the site will help in solving the problem. These are some of the resources I've used in developing this model. For discussing this model, feel free to leave your comments on my presentation. Thank you for watching my presentation.